Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Sarah here again today, and I am playing with the Celebrate kit from Mercy Tiara Kit Club. I don't know about y'all, I'm really loving this. I have been playing with the sketch area in the news letter that came in the kit. And I made my sketches, and this is one of the sketches. I deviate, I think, from every single one of my sketches that I have done. But that's okay. I mean, they're my sketches. I can do that, right? But I'm going to go ahead, and I wanted to use this bold stripe. I love a stripe paper. I don't care if it's a rainbow, black and white. I love a black and white in a collection either way. Just something, it just seems bold, and I love it. But I'm going to go ahead and use this bold paper. Instead of ripping it, I do my little cutting thing, and then I rough it up. I'm actually using my edge distressor this time because I did cut underneath my nail the other day. So I'm letting that heal. But I'm going ahead and roughing it up pretty good. And then I'm still going to mess with it with my finger. I mean, why not, right? Here, I'm going to go ahead and add the adhesive. I'm not going to stick it down yet, but I am adding the adhesive. And I know that I want it to... I'm going to have the adhesive further down because I know that I want to add more paper underneath. I don't want it just to be the black paper. Here, I'm going to go ahead and adhere the photos together so that they're kind of just one little cluster and add my 3D foam behind it. Not going to stick those down yet either. I'm going to try to figure out what I want to do. And this iridescent white glittery paper that came in the cardstock kit is amazing. It's beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous and so thick. I had to clean a good bit off my desk after using my edge distressor on it. Definitely did not want to use my fingernail on that one. But it's gorgeous. And I go ahead and add the stripe layer down, and then I add some adhesive to this and slide it under. I'm just having a little bit poke out, but man, is it gorgeous. I'm going to do the same thing to the top. I'm just going to add the piece that I had previously cut. I actually went over to the side and did that with my edge distressor instead of leaving it on my desk this time. I'm trying to figure out if I want to use a color in between the layers that I have there, the distress layers. I'm not sure really what I want to do. I think it would have looked okay with the tealy blue or the pink. Either one would have looked cute, but I do decide against it. I'm going to go ahead and I'll pull that blue and pink out here as I'm trying to go ahead and adhere the glitter paper down. I just figured it was a little too much. Again, it could have worked. I don't think it would have really been that big of a deal. It could have worked. But I decide against it. And I just go ahead and add those down and keep playing with my photos in the center. I don't know why at this point I added the bottom down, why I wasn't adding the top. I don't know. But here I'm going to go ahead and pull out some of the ephemera pieces. I've got my little tray that's got a lot of the ephemera pack dumped out on it. And I've got to kind of have them separated into little groups of things. But I'm going to grab these florals and play with them and kind of stick them in the clusters that I had in my sketches. I will deviate a little bit, not a real big deal. Again, sketches are just like little jumping off points. So I use quite a few florals. I mean, I guess not quite a few. I do use a couple florals on this one. I love these florals. I always love Simple Stories floral ephemera packs. They're just gorgeous. And I do rough up the edge of this corally pink colored banner here, and I stick it underneath the edges of my photos. It doesn't stay that way, but does stay on the layout. And see here, I'm like, okay, fine, I'll adhere it down because it's bugging me. It keeps moving. That's exactly why I adhere it down. But I don't know. For me, I'm sitting here watching it back and I'm like, well, why didn't I already do that? Anyways, I guess it doesn't matter because I did it now. I am going to go through some of the papers on the side, and I am going to grab that tealy blue colored one, and I'm going to cut it into a tag. I'm just going to fold it in half. Trim it down, fold it in half, cut it, and then pop a hole in the center. I kind of creased it a little bit so that I knew where the center was. And then I'm going to cut it in half and stick it behind my photos. And that's how I kind of start that layering process behind my photos. I'm going to mess up the edges and everything. And then I'm going to bring that little corally, pinky tag back in. I don't like the way it looks with the pointy end at the same end as the top of the tag, or what I call the top of the tag. So I do move it around. I'm going to go ahead and adhere the tag down. I think I actually do go ahead and stick it to the layout right now. Trying to figure out where I want it to go. And then I'm going to stick the other end in. I'm trying to make sure that it's even as well. At least I pulled out my, my T-squared ruler. I'm really realizing it does help a lot. I don't know why I don't use tools that I have, but I do have them on my desk now, so I am pulling them out more to use. I went ahead, like I said, I switched where it was. I just didn't like the pointy end down at the end of the tag. So, and it's not even. It's not even at all. I pulled some of these little bits out. That was a negative from where I had actually popped a tag out, and I just cut the border that was left over out to have some more ephemera to use. I do not end up using that one. I do change it up. And I use this one. I like the little end on this one. I like the little touch of gold. It's cute, and I go ahead and add one to the other side as well. Of course, roughing up my edges as I go. I played with where I wanted this position. Do I want it out further or what? And I wanted it pushed in closer to the photos because I didn't want it up there by the hole of the tag. I didn't want it to overlap that. Maybe that's just me and overthinking, but I just didn't like the way it looked. So I am going to stick that floral up there behind the tag. That flower in between the layers stays as well. Let's see. I'm just trying to find bits and pieces to tuck in. And there's so many pieces in here. I like that you can do all the layering and stuff with it. And that's exactly what I do with it. I find little pieces, the little bitty ones. You'll see me every once in a while I'm doing this. I separate all the little pieces out that are like maybe one or two at a time, and then the big clusters. And I mess around with them. I'll place my big clusters, and then I'll start pulling those little pieces and tucking them in here and there as well. So right there is pretty much where these are going to stick. I keep trying to stick some more tags and stuff underneath my photos. I don't. So here I'm going to go ahead and stick glue. I'm going to go ahead and add the glue to the bottom of the florals that just tuck behind so that they're not flat to the layout. So I'm just popping little pieces up, adding some glue. This one I don't even pull up all the way. I just lift it back, add some glue, and that's it. With that one, I just went ahead and added some on the end that I was going to tuck, just like the rest. I do add a little more glue on the glittered cardstock because it just takes a little more to adhere. I still haven't added my photos down. Like, you can see them there, but they're not stuck. So I'm going to do that now. Of course, while I was holding that glue down and making sure it's stuck to the glitter paper, I had to get a drink of my coffee, Here, I looked at some of the ephemera again, and I pulled out both sets of alphas. I think they are both gorgeous, and I love the fact that I love the little puffy ones. I mean, they're the cutest. The puffy ones come in the embellishment kit or the embellishment add-on, but I'm pulling different colors, I'm staying away from more of the oranges and stuff like that, because there's not a lot of that in this layout. There's the corally color, but I'm pulling some of those, and I'm actually writing "Cover Me In" with the puffy alphas there. I use that because they're smaller. I thought I was going to go along the edge of the, like my Rip Terry part. I do correct that later. Those are April and Ivy. But I do correct that later because I don't like the way it looks. And then I pull out these beautiful glittery foam thickers from American Crafts. And I do Sunshine. I don't know about y'all, but I like pink. And I think that song Cover Me in Sunshine is just too cute with her and her daughter. And I decided to use that as my title for this because we were out and about and it was a beautiful day and we were just having a good time and we were playing out in the sun. So I figured Cover Me in Sunshine would work great for this one. I grab my T-square ruler again, and I use it to move my letters down and make sure that they're straight. And then after that, I mean, you already saw me pull up the other puffy alphas and stick them to the side. They're fine. They stick perfectly fine, even though I did what I did with them. But I decided to change up some of the colors of the letters. And then I pick them up. The ones I don't use, I put back on the sticker sheet. But these stick really great, even though I, had kind of picked them up, put them on my hand, tossed them over to the side. They still work. So I am putting that Cover Me in back up top of the sunshine. It is not straight at all. But that's okay. I'm all right with that. And I thought I would be done at this point, but then I decided there was too much space at the bottom, so I wanted something else there. I do stick this camera in there as well. I cut it in half because it won't stick behind the photo enough, and I slide that back there behind the photo. And then I decide I want something below my title. And adding more glue so that the cardstock sticks to that glitter paper as well. So I made sure to go ahead and do that so they didn't stick up too high. But I'm going to grab, I keep the branding strips off a lot of these layouts because like within the April and Ivory, it's like the whole strip on the, on one side is just cute. And so I figured I keep those because I can make complete layouts with them if you add them together and stuff. So I grabbed this butterfly one and I'm going to trim it down. So it's just a tad bit shorter than Sunshine. And I'm going to scruff it up and I'm going to add it below my title. And then there's a piece of, I think I had it up on the ephemera stuff, but that one right there actually came from a 12x12 cut apart sheet that's in the kit. And I cut it out. And I even trimmed it down to where it had the pointy ends and everything. And I add the flower underneath. I add that banner piece on top. And then I pop this cluster of florals up. And that finishes my layout. I'm pretty sure that finishes my layout. I just pop it down there and I'm done. So I really hope that you enjoyed this layout. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe. Check out Mercy Tiara kits and the beautiful kits that are there. Make sure to check out the Facebook group as well. Everything will be linked below. But yeah, come join us. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.